So go up to Tennessee. They have like quarter comics.
We have quarter bins and methamphetamines. You do some meth, you can look for comics for a long time.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
I'm in such
What
a
did I
fucking
walk
mood, dude.
into?
This is the show. This is the. So I just want to say thank you very much to all of our viewers. This is obviously our last show, and
reminder: this is TVMA, and this is why we have to throw this graphic up pretty often.
Not Near Mint is a show designed for audiences over the age of 18. If you're a viewer under the age of 18, please stop watching Not Near Mint. It's not that we don't want you as a fan. It's just that we'll probably get in trouble if you watch us.
Yeah.
Shall we begin?
Let's begin.
Welcome to a new episode of Not Near Mint. It's Wednesday, September the 9th, I think. Yeah, it's September the 9th, because September 10th, I will be appearing on Mr. Comics 89. It will be called The Knockout. What's going to be happening is I will be competing against Mr. Comics 89. He will be going for Captain America. I will be on the side of Iron Man, and we will litigate which one is the best comic book character of all time between the two. So check that out, 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Now, we do have a special guest tonight on Not Near Mint. His name is Frankee White. But first, let's bring in the rest of our crew, starting with, you know him as, well, if you're here and you're watching and it's 10 o'clock on a New Comic Wednesday, y'all got some comics on the mind.
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday, happy New Comic Book Day. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. I know it's pretty crazy here in California with all the fires going on.
Yeah, what color is it outside?
It's orange.
It's orange. It's not blue. It's not a dark gray or rainy. It's orange outside.
Feel like
That's
literally
normal.
all day. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's very apocalyptic looking outside, you know.
You got some reading done. You got some filing done. So it was an inside day, but at least it was a day for comic books, right?
Very much so.
Well, one would hope. Speaking of some hope, we also have a miracle with us. His name is, you know him, Miracleman.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Rob. Hello, Comics on the Mind. And hello to our fantastic audience. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hello, hello, hello. And we're still waiting on Lady Fantastic. She did text me earlier this evening that she was going to take a nap. So perhaps she's doing what I kind of wish I could have done all day today. But I was excited for something else. Do you know what I was excited for?
What?
A special guest. Should we bring him in?
Yeah.
Who that be?
Well, after going through all those people in the chat there, which thank you for joining us. We do this live every Wednesday for those that have never done this before. So do subscribe, do hit that like button, and certainly let's bring in Mr. White. Hello, Frankee White.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Can't complain. You?
First of all, we just want to make sure you are not where the skies are orange, correct, Frankie?
No, I'm in Chicago. It's actually, I don't want to brag, but it's really nice out. It's been really crappy the past couple of days before the fires in California. So it got really nice here, and then the fires happened on the East Coast or the West Coast, and now I feel bad. But
well, we're glad you're not in the orange sky, upside down, apocalypse, desolation road world. We're glad to hear that.
So So you just started a Kickstarter a while back, and you just got funded. Why don't you tell the people at home that are watching what project? I'm sorry. Let's actually put this up on the screen right now so people know exactly what it is. It's called Project Starless Daydream. Why don't you tell the people at home a little about what this is?
Yes. So Project Starless Daydream is what I'm calling a mech narrative zine. And basically the idea behind it was I wanted to get together a bunch of creators that I wanted to work with, a bunch of artists, and tell this essentially finale to a mech anime that never existed. So it's like a 60-page story. Every artist gets 1 to 3 pages basically. Whether it's sequential pages, pinups, double-page spreads, character bios. We have a couple of essay written portions like journal entries and stuff like that. And so basically what it is, when you open up the book, you're going to be starting where it's like if you flipped on the TV and the finale of this show was starting, that's where you start basically.
All right.
That sounds cool, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that idea.
I'm trying to share the screen right now, having a little bit of difficulty somehow. But I'm trying to bring up the Kickstarter right now, and my Chrome is just not doing anything for me tonight. So right down below, I will copy and paste that into the chat for those at home that want to take a look at this. But you have a sort of amalgamation between modern comic books and anime, manga, specifically towards the mech side. And tell the people at home, what kind of inspiration do you wind up getting your ideas from?
Okay, so mainly I grew up a big Gundam fan, so we had tweeted about this a little bit earlier, but Gundam Wing was the first Gundam I got to see, in the US. And so I watched that and then everything that was on Toonami basically at the time. And I fell in love with it. So a lot of my inspiration came from that and a little bit from Neon Genesis Evangelion, but I didn't want to be as depressing as that show is.
Thank you.
As long as you don't break down and have that nervous breakdown towards the end of the series, you won.
Oh no! That part is brutal. That whole no, thank you.
Sometimes to achieve brilliance, you need to go crazy.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. That's the main influence of it. But then also, really, the biggest influence was a little bit of creator burnout, I guess. So I did my previous 2 comics, Broken Bear and 20 Fists, back to back. And they're like long form, 90-ish page, 100-page comics with, one creative team. And I did those literally like simultaneously and then released them back to house. And then after I finished 20 Fists and released that via Kickstarter, I was just like burnt out. I was like, I can't jump into another project and do something super long again. I don't have the budget to do it. And I know I don't have like a person lined up to do anything like that. So it was like, let's figure out how I can work with all these people that I am like mutuals with on Twitter, people that I respect, that I really wanted to work with, a bunch of people that I didn't know, which was really nice. A lot of people got like thrown into the ring, essentially, so to speak, and work with them, and really been an amazing experience.
So how did this all come together? What was the impetus to start off Project Starless Daydream?
It was originally just one short. It was one short called Fuku and Their Giant Robot. And it's the 2 short that opened. And so that was done with Henry Guerra. She did the character designs that are on the Kickstarter page and everything like that. And she did the 2 opening pages. And then she also does like the 3 final sequential pages as well. So that was really the impetus. I did those 2 pages with her and I was like, wait, this can be something more. It doesn't have to just be a short. I want to tell this story further and see where it goes. And really, it's been sort of a fly by the seat of my pants experience for this one. I don't want to even try and claim that there was an overarching like plan at the beginning. It was sort of like I was writing it as I was going and going like, hey, can you do this page? Can you do this page? Like what do you think you want to do? Like sort of thing, and just seeing what fit and then sort of making it work after the fact. like a movie shot out of order. This was how it was, except for there was no full script. Like,
Yes, I'm seeing here that Whack Comics was saying it feels weird without Lady Fantastic here, and hopefully she'll wake up soon enough to pop on. But if not, we hope that she has a good rest of the week because she's been worn quite thin lately.
Yeah.
I might be able to share the screen if you want here, Rob.
Oh, please go right on ahead.
Let me see here.
Because every time I try doing it, it's telling me I need to start messing with a bunch of settings, and doing that live is so much fun for people to watch me like look at the screen and down, and me getting frustrating and shouting the word fuck, which you might kind of imagine. We do have a running scroll down there that we are a TVMA. It's decided that way because we can't control ourselves.
well,
No.
I usually
We're all fucking potty mouths.
So yeah, just like Rob was saying there, that we got six more days to go, right?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
So this month has flown by. We've got less than a week left. It'll be 5 days at like 8 a.m. tomorrow, so it's not even like a full 6 days anymore. So if it sounds interesting, now's the time to get on. We actually hit a stretch goal when we hit 5,000, so it's all hardcover. Anybody that backs physical at like a minimum of $20 is getting a hardcover book, which is a pretty good deal.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Normal hardcover books.
I love that cover.
Just that cover. Because of that, I had to use that in the graphic tonight. But just because
That is
of
so
that cover,
awesome.
I don't need to know anything else about it to go, I want that.
Oh, yeah. Sachi Adiwira, I'm going to butcher his name. Adiriwira did the cover, and it's amazing. He did the front and back cover. We haven't shown the back cover yet, but it's a lot more restrained. But yeah, his cover is killer.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I really love the cover on it. And look, I mean, just for everybody watching, I mean, just look at that list of creators on there. That is some fantastic grouping of creators all the way around. I have a couple of personal favorites. I'm a big fan. And how do you say his name so I don't ruin it?
Which one?
Artyom. Say again?
Artyom Trakanov. I probably butchered his name too.
Well, you're a collaborator, so if you butcher it, I feel better. Artyom's done a ton of stuff. He just got off of doing Protector, which I'm hoping and praying comes back with the next story arc.
I love that series.
It was insane. It was insane.
Here so far.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Ad for his book, but
and then Sebastian Paris. I deal with him. I deal with Sebastian a lot on Twitter, but I'm hard pressed to remember a title off the top of my head. Of something that he's worked on recently. But fantastic artist. I mean, just all the way up and down the line. Here's a bunch of great creators. And then Henry, his creator here. This is a fantastic looking character sheet. Is this our pilot?
Yeah, so this is the main character, Fuku Basara, and so the figure on the bottom left where they're just standing there, that was like the first image I got to see, and that was sort of like the catalyst, basically, where I went from like, this is a 2-page short to, no, this has got to be something bigger now. It can't just be a 2-page short. I want to do something with this.
Personally, I love the concept of eating pizza while piloting this big bad sumbitch.
Yeah, eating pizza. Yeah. Knockoff monster can. the shitty little circular fan in there too. Like you're this like $1 trillion mech probably, and they have a tiny shitty fan in there to keep it from eating.
the $4.99 Dollar General special for back to school. Yeah.
I actually go ahead.
What were you saying? The comments
I was just going to say that I was kind of wondering that with a mech that large, it would be the exact opposite of the Doctor Who TARDIS. That for something so small, it's so large on the inside. For something so large on the outside, it looks like it should probably be about the size of a shoebox for the pilot inside.
Well, it's funny too, because like in the first page, the first 2 pages, they'll show you that the mech is so big that Fuku is able to sit on the tip of its middle finger, and comfortably sit there. So like it's like a massive hunkin', and that's why the mech's name is Big B, but it's they call it Big Boy, and that's its nickname.
Nice. That's fantastic. I love it. I love it to death. Very reminiscent of those early Robotech designs. They had like a different kind of sleekness to them. I like this. It looks more real. It's got the vents on the side. It's got the caution. The black and it looks like black and yellow caution markings. It's just fantastic. It just looks so much more real, especially the feet design there. That looks like something you'd snap your feet into. Obviously, she's not.
It kind of has that power loader look from the
like
Aliens movie.
Yeah.
But when you go back to that first drawing, that one that kind of looked like an Evangelion, but with a little twinge of Razafon, and I can definitely tell like a little hint of Gundam Wing was put in there, just with that like sloping S sort of arch in the I guess we'll call it a tiara. So I can see where a lot of inspiration comes from. Going, I can see where this guy is taking a lot of stuff from a little bit here, a little bit there. I want it. I got to see what this is. I want to know where this person's mind is, because I loved all those like military-esque Gundam 8th MS team. It's like Vietnam, but with mechs.
Yes. Oh, I love 8th MS team.
Did you have a lot of input on the physical design, or was this something that you kind of just went back and forth and with a little bit of conversation and it appeared?
Probably more of the latter. I like to think I'm a fairly hands-off creator, and I guess everyone on this book can say otherwise. But I like to think, because most of the time I find somebody that is like already like meshing with kind of like what I think I want from the piece, and so like with this character design, I kind of like had an idea, and I said like right off the bat, I was like, I just want something that's in the vein of Gundam, but not like, don't just like rip off a Gundam basically. And they like delivered in spades. And Henry came up with this sort of like cross between Gundam meets like, back when they were doing like the 70s era power robots that, weren't necessarily like big giant robots, sort of thing. And it's like a nice mix of that. There's a couple of other designs that she came up with, like head designs that are much more like of that era, where it's less mechy and more just like a giant person robot.
Right. This one kind of has a little bit of a vein of Voltron in the headpiece.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. I like that one.
Effect. It kind of reminds me of Razafon, which people just. It's unfortunate that it's so underrated that people call it like the low rent musical version of Neon Genesis. I'm like, no, it's pretty dark.
And then, so right down here, can you tell us any more about some of these other characters and our designs here?
Yeah, so basically, because this is the finale, the scope of the story is actually really tight for the most part. It's basically like, the final conflict that you would see at the end of it. So basically, and this won't be a spoiler because it says it in the Kickstarter, but the premise is the zine opens up with Fuku having killed their main rival. That like the battle's done. Like the opening page is Big B standing there and this mech's head on the ground next to it. Like they're dead. And they have like accomplished their goal, and they're tired of this war. They've been fighting for 10 years. They're only 18. So they've been in this war, Gundam loves to do child soldiers. So like this is a similar, they've been, raised in this mech program for 10 years and they're done with it. And basically they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. And so they decide to just basically fuck off into space by themselves and just figure out what they want to do next. But the guy underneath there, Tado, he was the like understudy of this now recently deceased pilot, and they are swearing revenge. So of course now you have that conflict in place. So basically Tado is essentially being also raised up like Fuku is as the last line of defense for Earth, and they are now screaming into space after Fuku to get revenge and just dropping all of their responsibilities because their mentor, close confidant, has been murdered right in front of them, basically.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Interesting.
I love this one right here with the wing design here.
So the high stall design, that one was, so my other big main mech influence for this, besides Gundam, is Zone of the Enders, which is a PlayStation 2 game by Hideo Kojima. And that amazing game series. Their mech designs are like the opposite of Gundam, whereas Gundams can be chunky, you know, and like more boxy. They're like these really sleek design. So we wanted to go that route for the alternate mech, so that when you're fighting, you have essentially the best of both worlds. You're getting a big chunk versus this sleek, tiny design. So the high stall is maybe like 2/3 the size of Big B, you know, in terms of height. Like it's a much smaller, faster mech.
Yeah, you definitely get that idea of the speed and the agility out of that one.
Definitely.
Great pages.
Yeah, I agree.
And so for these sample pages, they're almost like out of date now. So what we decided to do, we set a stretch goal for 10K to get AHG, who's a colorist who worked with me on Broken Bear, to color the entire interior. He colored the cover as well. And so I wanted to work with him again, but, you know, unfortunately, just due to the budget, you know, I can't afford it. You know, it was like we had to do this stretch goal. We're not going to hit it unless if we just get a massive surge over this last week. So we kind of came to a middle ground where we said, well, let's do like, you know, some manga, and I don't even know why this is the case, but some manga will just have like 5 pages in the middle of this black and white that are in color. And I don't know why that's the case, but some of them do. And I'm always like, that's cool. So we just, all these sample pages are going to be in color. And I've posted some of them on Twitter already. And so people that have seen them will know it's going to look so good. These 4 pages in color.
Yeah, these are great.
Either way, I like the black and white just as well. You could have a double release now. One in color, one in black and white. Director's cut.
You know, I honestly, I exactly what you said there, where you have those surprise. There's a couple of pages randomly of color. You know, I really enjoy reading my manga when I do, because I don't read a lot of it, but when I do read it, I really do enjoy that black and white look. And then surprise, then you got the, like you said, those couple of pages that are color right in the middle. And I always never fail to have the wrong color scheme in mind. When I'm looking at the black and white. So I appreciate it personally. Give me that idea.
And it worked out perfectly where, so originally the idea was it was going to all be in black and white, except for Liana's double page spread, which is also on the Kickstarter if you keep scrolling down, because we're going to make a poster of it too. And so that page was going to be in color no matter what. That was like designed like from like basically as soon as I realized this was going to be a bigger zine, I wanted to work with Liana and I wanted to get her to do a big splashy color page because her colors are amazing. And so basically the reason why this is in color too is the page before this, Fuku gets high as fuck and hot boxes their mech cockpit and drifts out into space. And so like it becomes this vibrant, colorful, you know, experience for this page. And I was like, this is a perfect place where we can slide in those extra 4 color pages right after it, because it'll already be in color. It'll make sense. Those 4 pages follow it. So
that's perfect. That's great.
Yeah, looking at that,
there we
it
go.
Reminds me of Makoto Shinkai's The Voices of a Distant Star. And when I'm thinking of all these things coming together, I'm thinking of a pedigree that I have a lot of hope for the.
That's my favorite page right there.
Rob, you still there?
I just dropped.
You did. You
I'm
dropped
here.
that. We had. I got a lot of hope, and then we lost you.
It's fun. I got a lot of hope looking at this.
I can say, you know,
I was saying about Makoto Shinkai, it looks kind of like Voices of a Distant Star, that kind of color scheme, that kind of look, and with that kind of a pedigree, yes, I have a lot of hope for that.
The book is gonna be beautiful. I mean, just seeing, because pretty much almost all of the pieces are in now. There's a couple of additional pieces that I decided to add in last minute, like during this Kickstarter. So those are still being worked on, but almost everything is in, and being able to see it all like laid out in my Dropbox is like, it's a feast.
Oh, this is great, man. Yeah. You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not a guy who normally gets into mech stories. All right. What really drew me to this right off the bat, as soon as I saw it, was that first design. That one right there. That drew me right in as soon as I saw it, and then when I read through the rest of the thing, I saw that that creator list. I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a book for the ages right here.
Well, and two, I guess as much as it's a mech story and there's a lot of mech fighting. I mean, it really is Uku's story first and foremost that almost has nothing to do with mech fighting at all. It's a story of somebody that is raised in a system that has crushed their spirit essentially to raise an ultimate pilot, and they need to figure out what the next move is. What is the best move for them, and there just also happens to be a giant space war going on at the same time.
That's a great backdrop for any story. Let's be honest here. Going out to get milk during a giant space war sounds rad as fuck.
It sounds rad until you go, hey, what's that? It's getting closer and it's on fire. Oh God, they're dropping a space colony on us.
So some very attainable and relatively inexpensive pledges available. I mean, $20 for a physical copy of as you said, 60-page book, right?
Yeah, 60-page hardcover. It's digest size. It's like a manga size book, 5.5 inches.
Nice. And they're all going to be hardcovers.
Yeah, and they're all going to be hardcovers. We hit that goal, so there's no, if you've pledged 20, you're getting a hardcover. There's no soft cover tier anymore. So you'll get the best quality book, and it's going to be like thick ass pages too, because people that backed my previous Kickstarter 25th, I did single issues for the 3 chapters basically, and they are the thickest fucking floppies I've ever had. Like it's like hard to put them into like a standard bag and board. You might want to get like silver size for that because they are just like these thick monsters.
Well, anything that bucks the norm. I'm gonna stop sharing here, Rob. Get this back to you. Anything that bucks the norm is awfully cool to have a look at. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, when we have Brian Polito putting out covers of leather, of glass, of steel, of chromium, of platinum, yeah, we want every kind. We love printmaking shops.
Oh yeah. So here you are. You're almost near the end. And by the way, everybody, if you didn't see it, it's $20 for the book. $5 more, you're gonna get Frankie's autograph here, and pay the $5. Don't be cheap. The book's going to be done. Obviously, it's fully funded. It's coming out. Barring any catastrophic experiences. Now that you're near the end of your campaign and having a couple others under your belt, is there any advice that you give other people who are going to do a Kickstarter? Anything you do different, maybe?
I don't know if there's anything I'd necessarily do. So part of it is you can't be afraid to bother people. That's the one thing I'm learning with this one is I'm normally very reserved, not like don't like want to reach out to people that I'm not, I'm not trying to get people to signal boost my stuff that I'm not mutuals with or anything like that. But that was something I did on this campaign. I have a collaborator on this book who did a page, and they're like the opposite of me. They're very much a go-getter. So like they're like tagging people in my posts for me. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. I just feel so awkward doing it. I'm like, you look like, messaging like someone that like, Gail Simone or something. And being like, hey, you don't really know me, but I'm doing it. Can you please help out? Like that kind of thing you have to be comfortable with. Another big thing is do the work like way in advance. Get it all planned out, however you want to have it planned out. I am very much a fan of having most of the book done in advance, if that makes sense. So like I front the money basically and then hope the Kickstarter will be successful and make it back, because I've backed Kickstarters before where you back it in 2016 and then you get the book like 3 months ago, where it takes like forever because whatever reason, life happens. But like that to me is like not okay. So like ideally, you want to have as much of it done as you're comfortable with in advance, not just necessarily the book itself, but your campaign. Make sure your campaign is polished, throw it in front of people, get their opinions that, people you trust and stuff like that. Does it sound appealing? Does it sound like something they want to buy? And then also just be on fucking social media constantly.
Wow.
It's exhausting. That's really the biggest thing. Like I would say, maybe 90%, 80% of the people that have backed this have probably because they've seen me tweet about it. Because for the past 30 days, I have not shut up about this book. It's the only thing I tweet. So I would say
It's comic books. It's all about the hype machine. Getting people to talk about it is not easy. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, just as long as people are talking about it.
Exactly that, honestly. And that's the thing too, especially when you're running a Kickstarter, there's part of it I think is just some things will hit the zeitgeist and they'll just take off. And that's not explainable. That's just for whatever reason it got really popular and that's the case. But for most Kickstarters, if they're not being run by a publishing company or the already famous people, you have to do the legwork. You have to make them interested in what you're selling because you're not a name brand. It's selling, not yourself.
That's definitely. I think you hit the nail on the head there with the number one rule on success for these projects, man. You got to be talking about it all the time. You got to be all over social media, and you got to blow it up because you don't have that hype machine that's built in to do it for you. You're absolutely right on that.
You don't have advertising everywhere. You don't have the people that are on, whether it's the YouTube pages, the Instagram channels talking about it. So you just have to get in the people's hands and hope that others eventually start passing word along.
Exactly. And I'm very grateful. Thankfully there's, and I guess this is another thing that ties into it, because Kickstarter and the comics community is very, very small. You'll make friends with other people that are making comics just because you're making comics together. Why not be friends with them, especially if they're making so I've been very blessed, I would say, that I've come across a group of people that are very supportive of me and vice versa. I'm supportive of them. If you want to do a Kickstarter, support other people's Kickstarters. Make sure that they're aware that you're helping them, and then they'll pay it forward when it's your turn. And I think that's a universal truth I've discovered.
So you're saying comic karma helps?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say right now, I first caught wind of your project from a post from Zach from Comics Bookcase.
Mm-hmm.
We had him on a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. His next door. Yeah, I think he did a post that said, "Wow, look at this. This is a great month for Kickstarters." Had a bunch of you guys listed in there. Every one of them I backed, by the way. I was like, "Yep, that one." Yeah. It's just a great month for him, and that's how I caught on. So there's another key piece. I think you're right. There is cross promotion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one video that you did, I don't know how long it took to put it together, but it was a time lapse of the color coming together on the one page, and it looks amazing. And I don't know how many eyeballs got wind of it, but I think it looks great. Great publicity, and anything to get eyeballs on the project.
Mm-hmm.
And that certainly got my eyes on it.
Colorist HG, I can't take credit for it. He just gave it to me so that I could share it. But yeah, he does that for a lot of his stuff. So if you follow him on Twitter or on Instagram, he's doing that stuff all the time, and it's always he doesn't color like most normal colorists in comics do. Like he doesn't flat. He essentially is painting, on the page. It's so it lends itself to
4 layers, and then he just washed over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, I don't see anybody coloring like this. This guy is very unique.
No, that's why. If you are on the Kickstarter and you see his colored pages at the bottom, compare the black and white one from Project Starless. It's literally like somebody painted.
Hey, and it works.
Yeah, it's beautiful. His work on Broken Bear is incredible, and that was once I worked with him on that, and he came in last minute notice, and did 100 pages in less. like really
100 pages.
and like burned through it. So I was like, once I got with him, I was like, we're gonna work together for a very long time.
Yeah, you keep his number on speed dial. Well, what we wind up doing here now that we're about 35 minutes into the show, I know that you have an Instagram, or I know you have at least a Twitter. I don't know if you have an Instagram or if you have a YouTube or any other social media where people can find you. Why don't you go ahead, Mr. White, and promote yourself? Where can people find you?
So you can find me on Twitter at Frankee_White. Frankie's with 2 E's, so it's FRANKEE_White, like the color. And then Instagram, it's the same exact thing, but instead of an underscore, it's a period, because they don't let you use underscores in your name on Instagram.
That's why I couldn't find you. I will update that tonight before I go to bed. So otherwise, the Kickstarter, it's listed right underneath there. Just go to Kickstarter, Projects Frankee White, and look up Project Starless Daydream. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Frankee White. I hope that you go check out his page, look it up. For $20, you get a nice hardcover. What could go wrong with that? You wind up throwing money away on these third prints that you're probably gonna throw away anyway. So, find something that's worthwhile from a creator that actually has good intentions, put a lot of work into it, heart, soul, blood, tears, and a lot of money and time. Frankee, thank you so very much for coming on. You're more than welcome to stick around. We're about to show some comic books that we just picked up today or over the last week or so. So you're more than welcome to stick around. We don't want to force you to be here. But if you picked up anything today, you're more than welcome to show it.
Thanks for having me. I did not pick anything up today because I'm a bad weekly comic goer. My comic shop keeps a separate box basically for me because I go up like every 2 months.
I think you might be skipped on a couple books.
Comic shop is very good because I'm emailing them constantly for them to throw more stuff in there. They're good to me. They never take any books out of my pull.
That's a good shop right there. That's a good shop.
Where's all my Thor and Venoms?
Yeah.
You needed to sell them.
Well, happens.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. Have a
Thank
great
you
night.
so much. We'll check in with you again soon after the book is released. I'll look forward to seeing it come out shortly.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is Frankee White. Have a great evening, sir.
Thanks, Frankie.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. And that is Frankee White. So moving on. I don't know. Anybody pick up this week? And just a preface, Lady Fantastic is usually with us week in, week out. She quit. No, I'm kidding.
That's horrible. Why would you do that to people?
People fuck with me all the time. No,
You business suit wearing son of a bitch.
We love her. She told me about 8 o'clock when I'm going, oh my God, I had like a Cuban coffee and even I'm a little tired. And she goes, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm like, yeah, that would destroy me. It's like, okay, I'll talk to you soon. I think we're not going to hear from her tonight. So hopefully she has a good night's sleep and no one hold it over her, and do check out her auctions if she has one anytime soon. So what did anybody pick up this week? Kirk?
I didn't pick up my Wednesday pool, but I picked up I got to pick up my books that I haven't been able to pick up for the last couple weeks. I won't show them all, but I can show like some of the ones that I'm excited about or I read already.
I think you might have noticed something. There's one less person here. And with one less person here, we have some more time. It's men's night tonight, guys. Sorry.
Not near Mynd, the sausage fest. Hey, how about a Comics on the Mind? Let us see what you got, brother.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I can run show. This one, I have both covers. There was no, but I was super excited to get this Sorenko homage cover of the Maestro cover. So that one's pretty cool. Also was super excited to read this. The Three Jokers, but I got this Laughing Fish cover. I had the original one, but I got this one that I was super excited about. I want this one. I wanted this one and the one with him holding the cat. I'm gonna get that one. I've been reading IWD's Judge Dredd False Witness, which has been super good, super epic. I can't wait to read this tonight.
Very cool.
Yeah, the series is. I love Judge Dredd. I want the original series eventually.
The 2000 AD stuff, man.
Yes.
I think they're at like issue 2,987.
I'm gonna get them all. One of these days. What's up, JD? Stuck out of the garage. I've been digging this series. Family Tree.
I forgot. Comics on the Mind.
What up?
I just found this out. I don't know if you have a pull list or you're in with your comic shop. Let them know that there's a second print of Three Jokers with a new cover that is on final cutoff that you might want to throw up a pull on.
I'm gonna have to look into that. Could it possibly? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into it. I'll definitely look into it. I'm curious now, but this series has been really great. Family Tree. I don't know if anybody's reading it. Yeah, I'm loving what Jeff Lemire is doing with this series.
Lemire is one of my favorite follows on Twitter, man. He's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Nice. Maybe I'll follow him once I get a Twitter. And then of course I'm loving On Stump. This issue number 5. This cover looks like fantastic.
Was there an Obama one shot on the stump for On the Stump?
I keep hearing about it. I haven't seen it, but I will definitely would love to see that.
I'm gonna double check. I feel like maybe it's just been solicited.
Please check. I would love to see that. And then last but not least, I love the ending of this Wonder Woman Dead Earth. I don't know if anybody's reading it right now, but
it's great.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
It was great. Fantastic ending.
I agree. Some people aren't digging the art, but I personally like the art.
Oh yeah, it fits the story.
Yeah,
definitely so. Is Daniel Johnson Warren or Daniel Warren Johnston? I screw it up all the time, but I love that dude's art. Ever since I originally saw it, way back in Glory, I pretty much picked up anything I see his name on.
Yeah, I personally liked it. That's what kind of got me through it, is the art, and then the story was just epic.
Oh yeah.
It's like anytime I see Jose Van Rip on a book, he doesn't do a lot because he does really meticulous looking artwork. Unfortunately, it's for very violent books. So when he does something for Marvel, it's like seeing Tim Vigil on a book. I'm like, don't mind if I do. Wait a second. How the hell is he doing a book for Marvel? Right. And he did this. He did the cover for Wraith, the variant copy.
Nice.
I'm like, did I order this? And then I'm looking it up a month ago, and final order cutoff. Yeah, I saw Van Rip, and I just didn't even bother looking it up. I was like, yep, I'm getting that.
Yeah, you just get it. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and even Ace has not seen the Obama variant. Maybe it's coming in the future.
Maybe it is. It must be. Because issue 5 here, that's the end of this story arc. So, it's all... What's that?
Hey, we got Discovery Bay. JB's in the house.
Oh, hello, Discovery Bay.
So do you have any more books, Mr. Comics on the Mind?
I have a bunch, but a lot of those books you guys showed last week, so I'm not gonna. I just wanted to show the ones that I was super excited about. But I'm going to meet up with a friend from the community on this weekend in Fresno, and I'm going to be hunting, actually hunting. I haven't been able to dig through a long box You know,
You go into a
Everything.
comic shop, or you go into some out of the way place where no one's been
no.
touching books?
Oh no, it's my buddy's brother's birthday. But we're also going to be hunting out there. He has a bunch of shops, and all his shops are pretty much still open out there. So,
Badass.
yeah. So I'm trying to come up with a list of what I'm looking for, and I can't wait to go hunting because, like I said, I've only been digging through my long boxes. I haven't dug through long boxes that don't belong to me. So I'm excited.
Yeah, whenever you get to boxes you've never touched before,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's like 3 or 300. You go, I will go through every single one of these before I leave.
Yep. Yep.
It doesn't matter if you have a stack this big where you wind up going, I know I'm not going to walk out of here without paying at least $500.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to do it, man.
That's going to be my Friday.
You never know when you're going to go back. You know, you don't know if you're going to get the opportunity to hit those bins again, man. If you get a place you've never been in the bins, you got to get them. You got to get the books.
Or worse, what if somebody's just as knowledgeable as you and they get there first?
I hate that.
Yeah.
That's why I kick. That's why I kick people when I walk up to new tables. I just kick them in the shins until they leave.
Oh, now you just start going.
Ow!
That's a felony. That's a felony now. There.
Yeah,
Rob.
you're right. Don't do that. Like last week, we'll edit that out.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
No, that took so much effort. So new rule, I will no longer be opening up packages anymore live because, you know, I like when people open packages, but in all reality, I really don't give a shit when somebody opens a box. I'd rather just go, hey, look what I got, instead of the whole masturbatory, let's open a box. And it takes 2 minutes for them to carefully open a box. So let's just forward. Okay, there it is. It's a Hulk 181. Awesome. I've seen it before.
Right,
Next.
right. Moving on.
So I want to see if he has any more books, but if not, we can move on to Mr. Miracleman.
Go ahead and move to Miracleman.
Because I didn't get any like old books. I only got new books this week because I have one coming in the mail, hopefully Saturday. It's something that way back in the day, I picked up every issue, but that's when my life cratered and I missed like one very important issue. And I can say what it is. It's Avenging Spider-Man #9. Because I had like 1, 2, 3, 4, number 7, 8, 10.
That's frustrating.
Also, to be fair, it's possible that way back in the day I could have been drunk out of my mind and went like, oh, God damn it, the cat jumped up and scratched the book and then ripped it in half. Because that would have been me back in the day. That's why drinking and comic books, especially if they may turn out to be expensive one day, do not really go hand in hand.
They do not.
Liquid should never be a comic book. I learned the hard way.
No, we got Flashpoint. And yes, no box teas. But no more box teas. I'm just going to go, hey, I got something. Want to see what it is? Here it is. No more masturbating. Just here. Just money shots. Nothing but money shots on the show.
Let's be fair. There's going to be plenty more masturbatory attempts on this show. It's not. We're not that classy.
No, you're not classy. No, thank worst. You don't expect class from a guy by the last name of Worst.
Facts, fam. Facts. So I'm gonna start showing some comics now.
Go ahead.
Speaking of masturbatory, I had a pile. Now I'm going to start off by saying I have 3 books here that I'm not going to show you. My comic shop ordered me in a whole bunch of Boundless books, and the last time I showed a Boundless book, we got kicked off of our live stream. So I'm not going to show these. Suffice it to say, they're exciting. But here we go. I was a little behind, so I have a couple of books from the recent last couple of weeks that I picked up. Here's Harley Quinn number 75. That's that cardstock variant. That was a good issue, man. Final issue, first and last every time. Had to grab that one up. Resistance number 5 from AWA Upshot. Straczynski, Diodato, issue 5 of 6. Next one's last one of this arc. AWA, which I believe is Artists and Writers Alliance of Writers and Artists, something like that. They're doing everything in miniseries. They're doing here. There's the first story arc is a miniseries. I have a little time off. Then the next one's going to come out a couple of months later. So it's already solicited. Next one's coming. This series was bomb, man. This was absolutely bomb.
I read issue 1, and I'm kind of mad I didn't get the rest of them because I didn't know they were going to go the superhero route, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's good, dude. It's good. It's very poignant because it's about a horrible disease that just wipes out humanity, but like less than 1% gets insane superpowers.
Kind of like Rising, what is it? Rising Stars that he did.
Yeah.
Although here's one good thing, he's going to finish this series. Straczynski has not finished many series in the last like 10, 15 years. He just starts them and goes,
I'm bored. Well, this is his publisher, so this is his publishing house. IDW's Transformers 84. There's issue 2, and here is issue 3.
That's a sick cover.
These take place. Speaking of mechs, these take place during the original Transformers runs. These are stories. These are like tales of stuff that was going on that you didn't know about. If you like Transformers at all, absolutely highly recommend this one. Join the Future number 5. This one's really great. It's an Aftershock book. You know, some of the Aftershock books are a little hit or miss. You know, just be honest. But this one's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Ash and Thorn. Dude, if it's an Ahoy book, it's worth a read. And this one's been fantastic. Maria McCourt, she may be my favorite Twitter follow of the year. She's awesome, man. This story's great. Imagine if a Sorcerer Supreme who had to defeat Cthulhu, who was just about to break through and destroy our world, was a senior citizen. And, you know, she struggles with all kinds of things. You know, she has incontinence. You know, she has arthritis. She's a hell of a baker, and she can make baked goods that destroy demons. So that's pretty awesome. Last issue of Empires crossover with the X-Men.
Still got to read that.
Haven't read that one yet. There we got the variant cover to Captain Marvel 21 that came out today.
I did not get that cover. I didn't even know that one existed.
Yeah, I'm not a big Captain Marvel person, but Rob had texted me, and I believe our friend Lady was unable to get her hands on one, so she'll probably get this one, and I'll take the standard cover because, you know, it doesn't really matter to me.
No.
Avengers 35.
Did that come out this week or last week?
I think it was last week.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure because my shop didn't get in a few books this week, and he said Avengers was one of them, and I go, oh god, I hope I didn't miss one of the Moon Knight issues.
This one came out this week. It was Avengers of the Wasteland 5.
I don't think I got that.
No.
Shit.
Final issue of the miniseries.
I have to make sure I get that on Friday.
Really good, man. They weren't. Marvel said these were going to be digital only, so I'm really glad they backtracked because I was amongst the many very upset about it. Young Justice 18 that came out last week as well. This one, I didn't pick it up when it came out. They still had one at the shop. Hellblazer number 1.
Oh, nice.
Hellblazer's going away. I figured, you know what? Let's read it. Everybody was saying it was the best book of the year.
I loved it.
Yeah, everybody was saying it was great. Now, these are all from this week. Here we got Justice League number 52. Pretty cool cover. Superman 75. This is going to be the new big bad villain in Superman, this Sinmar. Oh, dude. Listen, I hate giving spoilers, but I got to show the first page of this book. It's just the first page, okay? Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis. Now, I'm going to say this is one of the one-shot tie-ins. I'm going to say most of the one-shots I have not dug that much. They're okay. I didn't think they were great. The very first page. Okay, look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's badass right there. That's the original Crisis on Infinite Earths scene. Now, there's one little oddball piece in here. You see, it's all the characters that were in the original Crisis, including my man Blue Beetle. Right next there, the other action heroes, Captain Atom and Peacemaker. But here's one little odd piece in here. They made Lady Quark look like she had the polka dot man as a costume. See that? Yellow costume with the orange dots. This artist apparently needed a reference point, and they used the wrong one. Green Lantern Season 2, number 7. Listen,
I just realized I missed 4.
4?
Yeah, I have 1 through 7, missing 4. I don't know how I missed 4.
So just so everybody knows, Liam Sharp, the artist on this, one of the best freaking artists working in comics today, in my opinion. He is actually a co-creator of Death's Head 2. Y'all remember Death's Head 2?
Yeah.
Co-creator of Death's Head 2. Every issue has been a different style of art, and it's all been Liam.
Nice.
Okay. Every issue of this series. I cannot recommend this enough. First of all, Morrison writing anything superhero related is just awesome. It's his last superhero title for a while. He says he's stepping away from anything that's not creator owned. So, you get your Morrison fix in now, gang.
Because this is over after this.
It's over after this. Well, he said he wasn't going to do anything for New 52, and he wrote Action Comics, for Christ's sake. Hawkman 27. Yes, this is ending. Listen, I know there's a lot of people who are pretty upset about Hawkman ending because it's a great series. I've heard many people say, "Oh, this is the end of DC Comics if they're canceling Hawkman because it's so awesome." They're not canceling Hawkman, guys. I'll tell you right now. Read this issue. Okay, read this issue because then you'll go, "Oh, I see what they're doing." They're ending this series that started off with a very different premise to start a new series. They got plans for Hawkman, guys. Hawkman's not going away.
Yeah, it's like Thor, God of Thunder. They ended it there because to just start with Mighty Thor as issue 26 would have been pointless. The tone would have shifted. It would have been a completely different book. Might as well bookend it and start fresh.
This is going to be a completely different tone. I'm telling you all right now, Hawkman's not going away. They got plans for him. There's going to be another Hawkman series very, very shortly. And, if you've enjoyed this one, I hope Venditti's involved because Venditti's knocked it out of the park. But if he's not, as long as it's somebody who handles it with the same care, this is not like remember this picture? This is what's going on in the book here, guys. This is the guys you see in the whole book.
Awesome.
Batman 98, that was last week. And Flash 761, that came out this week. Also, I picked up 2 free comic book day books. I get the Inkle one every year, the Incal. Gotta love it.
That is.
Viz's.
But I don't know what it is.
Oh, dude, Incal was a Mobius book.
Oh, okay.
But Humanoids they're creating an entire comic book universe. They're going to be doing a big push. It's going to center around Tara from the Heavy Metal movie. But this is a new story with the Incal characters in it. Listen, I'll tell you, Mobius, obviously one of the greatest, most celebrated artists of all time. If you know comics at all, you probably have heard the name. But Incal was, without a doubt, one of the best, most beautifully drawn things I've ever read. Now, I got some back issues, guys.
Oh, real quick, let me just shout out to Silver Age Dave. Thoughts on Batman Adventures continue. It's a good series. It's fun. It's Robin pretty much being told, "Stay home, Robin," and then he goes out, doesn't listen to Batman, and fucks around with Deathstroke. And Deathstroke has a helper. It's fun.
It's like, y'all remember Walking Dead, how everybody was like, nobody's ever fucking watched. Remember that? A few years back when he was a kid, I was like, "Why is nobody ever watching this fucking kid?"
Yeah,
that's what Batman Adventure Continues is.
You're not wrong. It's fun, but I don't think that this Sunny character is going to be anything like Harley Quinn. but it's good. I wouldn't pay like $30 for issue 2, but it's a perfectly good read. As far as Walmart variants, they're all ugly to me just because those borders. Sorry, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure they're introducing Red Hood.
Yes, they're slowly, bit by bit, in shadows. A little bit of white hair with the black hair with Jason, and we still haven't seen him in full-on Red Hood yet, but it's working its way.
Yeah,
we know who he is. It's good.
So how about those back issues? Huh? I got some cool ones, huh? Let's see. Yeah. DC's 4-star Spectacular, number 2. Bunch of reprints in this, guys, but this whole series is really great because it's books from all around. That's Ernie Chun did the cover, right there. All right. DC Special presents Earth-Shaking Stories. Another about the same era. Again, bunch of reprint stories that are brought all around. Picked up both of those for $1.50 a piece. And we all know I love my Adam Hughes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled these out of a dollar bin at a flea market this weekend. How to save them. There's issue 5. Here's issue number 6. And then, again, out of the same dollar bins. You guys are going to go, what do you mean? There's Green Lantern number 161. That's not your first Omega Man. That's like your third Omega Man. But here's the one that's a little more exciting. Number 173, art by Dave Gibbons, I might add. There's your first Javelin.
Oh yeah.
$1 book. He's gonna be in the Suicide Squad.
It's like a $15 book now. Sell it while you can.
Yeah. It shouldn't be a $15 book. That character's gonna die. Yeah, that character's gonna die. That character's gonna die very quickly.
Speaking of a woman, so probably not.
Yeah, because it's the second one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the second. Yeah. Speaking of Suicide Squad comics,
has to die.
TDK, Arm Fall Off Boy. There we got 2 of them.
Gotta die.
50-cent bin.
Kill him off. Eat him with his own arm.
I hope they do. Showcase presents number 103.
Ooh.
Look at that beautiful Kubert cover, man. That's a $1 pickup right there. Jamal Eagle is one of the greatest comic artists that DC uses. He did the Supergirl run. I absolutely love this cover. Supergirl 37. Look at that. Now, a little backstory on this. This is Superwoman. She was a character that was reintroduced back into the DC canon in the Supergirl series. But Superwoman was a character that existed pre-Crisis. Showed up in the DC Comics Presents, one of the annuals, and even shows up in my favorite Superman story of all time, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. One of the characters at the end walking through the fortress looking for Superman.
Yeah.
Very cool book. Very cool character. First time they've shown her since. And then today we got a couple of Incredible Hulk. There's the first 3 issues of volume. I think it's volume 2 of Incredible Hulk, but like volume 5 of Hulk in general, or 4.
The Jason Aaron run.
Yeah. Aaron and Silvestri. First 3 issues. Then I got issue 29 of A Distant Soil. That's Colleen Doran.
Yeah.
Again, another illustrator that is hands down one of the best talents working in comics today.
And one of the nicest.
Oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. Here we have The Agency. This is cover C. This is the variant cover with some booty there. I'm going to tell you right now, I have no idea what this book is about. I know Paul Jenkins. I bought it because of the cover.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, it's a
cool those cover. Are totally implants.
Oh, yeah, horrible. Here we also have The Many Worlds of Tesla Strong.
Oh, is this written by Alan Moore too?
Scripted. So, but it's a great. If you take a look here, you got some great talents on this one. This is Jose Luis Garcia Lopez is in this, guys. See that? And Frank Cho and J. Scott. Look at all these people. Adam Hughes It's a book of incredible talent. I highly recommend.
Strong. I didn't even know there was a Tesla Strong.
This is a one shot.
That looks almost kind of like Paul Dini like boobs.
Yes, dude. What it is they travel through the multiverse, and she runs into all different versions of her family. See this? That's actually the story. Okay, they run into Jungle Girl, Tesla Strong. They run into a universe where everybody's naked. It's fucking hilarious, man.
All right, I gotta find this.
I really recommend it. Phantom Annual #1 from Moonstone. Austin and Blevins did the art on that. Look at that. Gorgeous cover. Moonstone books are hard to come by, man, but they do everything. They do superheroes, they do monsters, they do all kinds of shit.
Sailor Moon?
Which one?
Didn't they also put out Sailor Moon?
They might have at one time or another. They have Adventures in Buckaroo Banzai is one of their imprints. They have Phantom. They do a ton of Pulp Age hero reprints. They have their own superhero line. But I'm telling you, these are like print runs of like 2,000 books, man. You do not get a lot of Moonstone books. They did a really cool. They brought back Captain Midnight, and they put like all the Fawcett characters in there. They just didn't call them the Fawcett character names. So I also picked up a nice little pile of the Authority books I didn't have. That's the last issue of Volume 2.
Oh.
And then we have from Volume 4, there's issue 3, 4, and 12. Last issue of Volume 4 there. And that's Dustin Nguyen and Ed Brubaker run there. Then I got some North Star Publishing, another dollar book, Cold Blooded. From Fanboy Entertainment, Sidekicks #1. Listen, I don't know anything about it, but I didn't have any books from Fanboy, so I had to buy it. And it was $1. Why did you buy it? And we got a little Spawn, number 65 there.
Worth it.
Oh, dude, check this out. Check this out. Look at that.
Oh.
Alex Ross cover, Big Bang Comics #0. It's by Caliber Press. Very small print. Went out of business a few years back. They are back. They're making like collections.
Yeah, when he does that kind of shading and depth and texture on a character, you know that he's really enjoying himself.
Oh yeah. Then we got Bubba, the redneck werewolf. What?
Awesome.
What happened?
No, I've been looking for like those old Bubba the werewolves for like ever. I never see them in the wild.
Night of the Living Bubba. This is the zombie issue.
Oh, nice.
I was not familiar with the character until I found the book. Believe it or not, was not familiar.
Never heard of him until now.
Now from
I like it. You'll like it.
From Antarctic Press, an old black and white from '97, Warrior Nun. If we're all familiar with the Netflix show.
Only familiar with the Netflix show, and I've owned issues of it in the past. Never read it, or if I did, I don't remember it.
It's fun. It's fun. Here we have a little something. Sam Keith's Zero Girl from Homage.
Love that series.
Oh, that's a great cover.
1 and 2.
Oh, Sam Keith did it? Nice.
Yeah.
And then here we have a Chaos book. This is from near the end of Chaos in 2001. Jade. And then I have, and I'm going to do these fast because I got several of them. We got to get to Rob. We got to talk about our topic. But I wanted to show you these. I got these here, and I got a couple more real fast ones after this. But I found myself a huge pile of Milestone. Again, not bragging or nothing, but hashtag called it. Good job, me. Well done. I just want to thank myself for this. So here we have Blood and Syndicate #11. Just about done with the series. Need one more issue. Nice pile of hardware. There's #1, #8. Look at this Simonson cover. #11. Look at that. Look at that cover. 13, 19, 20. These all came out of the dollar bins, gang. 28. Now here's how you know I'm getting into the harder to find ones. 30. Anything with that trade dress on the side there, and 32. Nice little pile. The Cobalt series. There's number 5 and 6. This is one of the second wave series, guys. Number 8. Not a lot of these books made by comparison. First couple issues, there's tons, but not a lot of books. Number 11.
Towards the end, I'm sure they didn't even hit the top 300.
Oh, they definitely didn't. My Name is Holocaust, number 4, another series that was one of the second tier. Again, not a ton of them. And then I almost finished my Static, dude. I'm so close. Issue 3. Issue 4. Issue 7.
To think the ones that you were missing were towards the beginning is almost comical now.
I know, right? Issue 8.
It's like, well, I picked up the last issue. People are paying $200 for it for like a buck.
Issue 9. I paid cover. Issue 9. And issue 12. And then my last, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you this because so you guys know I like indies, right? You know I like small press.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, when I see something like this, I have to grab it. It's Captain Gravity, number 4.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Bondage.
Superhero I never heard of. It's like a pulp character. And Nazis. Fuck you, Nazis. But you know, you got a cover where Nazis getting punched in the face. I'm all about it. You know, my personal hero, even before I knew this story, was always Jack Kirby. As a kid, I loved him, loved his work. And then as I grew up and I heard those stories, you know, and I found out that every Jack Kirby story to his friends, no matter what, it could have been about him going down to get milk. It could have been about the time he drew a scene for Marvel or DC or Pacific or just for fun. It could be about a time that he stopped and bought ice cream for his wife. No matter what, when he finished that story, he told you how he killed 4 Nazis himself. Just a goddamn hero. And, you know, I found this book in the same place.
To him killing Nazis where every story ends with, and I killed 4 Nazis. It never gets old.
It would never get old. And then I found this Captain Gravity. I found this one. You guys are going to love this from Vanguard Graphics, Project Hero, issue number 1. Look at that. That's badass, right?
What year is that from? Like 91, 92, 94?
It's $1.50 for a total small press. Got to be 80s, 87.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And now, last but not least, I picked this up this week. And, you know, coincidentally, we did not know what the topic of the show was going to be when I got this book, but I've been wanting it. Here we have Naomi number 1, third print.
Ooh, that's the one I have.
Now, number 3, the third print is picking up some steam.
Lowest print run?
Really?
Lowest print run, baby. Lowest print run. Oh, wait till you see the other books I pulled about for multi-prints. But that's it. That's all I got today, or for today, the show today. How about you there, Rob?
About me? Well, I only picked up the new books because coming this Friday, I will be going back to Pablo Ordone to start looking through his comic book bins. And you know how I said if he has, I don't care if it's like 5 boxes or like 500. Well, he probably has 500 boxes. I got to look through about maybe a fifth of them the last time I was there, and I didn't leave until almost 3 in the morning. That was the night.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the night that Chadwick Boseman passed, and I had that Black Panther 5 with my phone on top of it. So hopefully going there on Friday will not mean that we lose another person that works for the Marvel Studios, because then I can never go to his home ever again because it's just bad luck, and I'm bad luck, and my last name is worse, so it already tells me I'm bad luck. So let's get away from bad luck and show some comic books, right?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. What's in the briefcase? I don't know, because I already took this shit out. So here we go. We're starting off with Amazing Spider-Man number 48. Not a single appearance of that weird-looking creature that's probably Gwen Stacy. as a clone, or little Maria, or small person Maria, who I'm kind of guessing who it is. But no appearance of that character. Is just, hey, Norman Osborn, and let's go take him out, or not let Sin Eater take him out. It's an okay issue, but it's just building to issue 49, which for some reason got all out of whack with issue 48, with the legacy of being $8.49. $8.50 is coming next issue for $10. Oh God. So this is Captain Marvel issue 21. The big deal of what's going on in this issue is the fact that L'Oreal, who first appeared a couple issues back, and I think like 17 or 18, well, she becomes Ronan the fucking Accuser. She's not Ronan, because Ronan's a name of a person, not a title, but she does become the Accuser in this issue. So I got the variant of this, and I got the regular copy, so this one I'll keep. And I guess I'll probably send one of these here, because I'm supposed to get another copy of this tomorrow from John Freshley at Frank's Comic Shop here in Miami. So I guess I'll send one of those to Kirk. Next, we got Marvel 14. Is there going to be an Outlaw series coming out? Because I honestly don't know. I just remember that first issue coming out, and then COVID happened. But this issue, I was reading through it. It was supposed to come out way back in April. They're still advertising for SuperCon in May. Just a reminder, today, the date this was released is Wednesday, September the 9th, is telling us about a convention at the end of last month. So you can tell they have not gone back to press. Hey, where's that Children of the Atom, right? Now, this came out last week, but the shop got in a reorder. So being that I didn't get the variant, and this has the chubby, cute little baby of Billy on the cover, I decided to pick it up. Star issue 5, much like what Miracleman was saying with Avengers of the Wasteland, this was supposed to not come out at all. It was supposed to be digital only, but I'm pretty sure this is the last issue. Haven't read it yet. Wraith I did read, and anybody that is putting some stock in getting a new first issue of Wraith Conquest, you might want to hold off, because spoiler alert, everybody, close your ears for the next 5 seconds or turn the volume down. Spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So Wraith meets Null. Null rips the whole Exelon costume off of him and pretty much throws him to his death. Wraith dies in this issue, everybody. So maybe that first issue that's now going for $100 or so, maybe it'll drop, because I have issue 2 and 3. I don't have issue 1 and 4. I really want that 1 and 4. I want to read the damn thing. Goddamn speculators. This is the Jose Van Rip cover of Web of Venom Wraith. And dude, I just like his artwork. So I have no regrets buying that. Marauders number 12, and I guess Kitty likes getting tats now, because she just wants to kill the shit out of Sebastian Shaw, and I'm looking forward to reading this. Not really looking forward to reading like 22 issues of cross-platform X of Sword shit, but okay. Issue 12 of X-Force, haven't read it. Issue 3 of X-Factor. Only read the first 2, and it's very worry, kind of like how I get when I start showing books sometimes. But that just sort of happens. That's just me. I do apologize. You can find me on Twitter at Rworst, and Instagram you can find me at Not Near Mint to complain about me. Please complain about me. I complain about myself. So here we have the third print of Batman number 90. This was just thrown into my pile. I wasn't planning on picking it up, but it's the third print. I wouldn't have picked it up otherwise. He says, do you still want it though, even though it's on like issue 98? The last time I put a book back that was a later print, it blew up to like $300, $500, and that was called Captain Marvel 17 second print. So I picked it up. Better to not than go, oh my God, I screwed up. You'll do that over time the longer you collect. Trinity Crisis, first appearance of Pearl. Haven't read it yet, but judging by what Miracleman showed us, I'm a little iffy, but well, the story's all right. We'll see. Hey, Flashpoint, you were saying there's no Flash. Here's your Flash, man. Although the cover that Miracleman showed with Professor Doom on it, I'm kind of liking that.
I'll swap you.
Really?
I'll swap you. I dug that cover and it was gone by the time I got there.
Yeah, this one's awesome, but I did not see any of the ones that you had there. Here's the variant of season 2, issue 7 of Green Lantern, and it's still weird how it got skipped on issue 4.
That is weird.
Now, for those that have been waiting for Rick to stop being motherfucking Rick, you know, the guy that is, I'm Dick Grayson, but I got kind of, sort of, but not shot in the head, just enough where I'm still alive and kicking and have my full facilities, but I don't remember my name is Dick. Call me Rick. Well, this is the issue where he finally gets his memory back and he's finally Dick Grayson just in time for them to end the series.
Thank God.
Took long enough, right? So,
oh my God, I hated Rick.
74, that's the issue it happens. Issue 25 is Superman, and to be honest, I haven't read the last 5. Bendis it's really hard reading as Superman. Now, here is not the first appearance of Liar Liar. There were only 2 covers that I'm aware of that came out today. There was a 1 in 25 that most shops were selling for about $25-$30 or so, and this copy. But a couple months ago, there was an issue that released, I think it was like $7.59, and that was the actual first appearance of Liar Liar. So while they were trying to posit this issue, the 1 in 25, you got to get this! Sorry, this is no punchline, and just because some little girl has a pet bunny, Jesus Christ, it's fucking Wonder Woman, guys, really. Okay, and those are the books this week. And coming this Friday, I will be going to Pablo Ordone. Again, that's PABLO.ORDNE on Instagram. I get books from him. He sells a whole shit ton of pops. Do check him out over on Instagram, as well as Miami Fresh Comics. He usually does claim and auction sales. I don't think he will be doing one this Sunday, but as long as you're subscribed to him, you will know when he goes live. So I guess I would normally at this point show a graphic. And again, I'm so glad I didn't pour 3 hours into making graphics I can't show today. But the crux of our show today is what makes a second print so damn valuable. And it doesn't just have to do with a second print. It can be a third print, a fourth, a fifth. And it's kind of unfortunate that Lady Fantastic isn't with us here tonight, because prior to going on to broadcast, I'm trying to look up stuff for graphics, and I'm going, hey, I just found a Superman issue 75, 4th print, newsstand. Should I get it? And I was right about to get it until she goes, are you sure it's not the 3rd print that's the one everyone's looking for? And I'm like, oh shit, she's right.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that paying attention sometimes helps. Instead of just getting all of them, and then you just have a wide assortment of crap that you'll just you either won't get rid of or you'll sell it for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say this. So Rob, you've been doing this for a while. Remember back in the day, multi-printings, nobody cared. If it was a second print, people literally dropped it like it was hot, right?
Yeah. It might as well have been covered with razor blades with AIDS in the 80s. That's pretty much what that print was. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles second print going for $1,000, $2,000. Are you fucking kidding me, man? You could have gotten that all day long for like $10 until about 10 years ago. Then people were paying maybe 50, maybe 100 for a nicer condition of a second print until people finally went. And this is the psychology these days, that once something gets too far out of range, whether that could be $100, $250, $500, $1,000, it gets to a certain range where people go, you know what? Like Incredible Hulk 181, I fucking give up. What next?
Right.
Oh, giant size X-Men #1. Let's pour all my money into. Oh shit, that's now too much. What's next? Oh, Hulk 180. I'm gonna pour them all. What fuck, man? Okay, what's after that? X-Men 94. So people will always look for the very next thing that they can pour their money in if something becomes way out of reach. And that has become the second print market. Until something happened where that second print started inching above more than the first, like this Venom issue 3, where first appearance of Null. We haven't seen how this plays out yet, and hopefully it pays off for all the readers out there that have spent that $200, $300, $500, $1,000 for a 9/8, because oh my God, that third print is worth twice as much as the first, or the third print is worth twice as much as the first. So apparently there's 4 big cruxes when it comes to these later printings. And it comes down to, number 1, low print. Whenever you have something with a high print run for that first print, hey, great, everybody wants it. But the second print, oh, some people forget to put that on their final order cutoff. Stores just don't bother, or they go, there's a couple people that didn't get it. They don't order enough of it. So the low print, that's going to be a very big indicator. Second is sometimes you get a first cover appearance on a second print, like in the case of Venom First Host, issue 3. There's only 1,624 of those that exist in the world today. Out of those, there are 135 9.8s that are on the CGC census, with only 20 that are 9.6. So when you're looking at the CGC census, it kind of helps taking a look at what's a 9.8, what's a 9.6, what the numbers are on that. Because we're talking about low prints. When I take a look at something like All New Marvel Now .1, issue number 1, second print, is that first Kamala Khan in a book in costume, and that one for a 9.8, it only has 17 on the census.
Yeah, it's low.
17.
Very, very low. Yeah, you actually said something about the second, or the third prints inching up above the first prints. I don't think this has exactly happened, but if you are an individual who has the Key Collector app, I'm going to show you one that literally blew my mind at the price that it is right now.
There you go.
So Thanos number 15 here. This is the third printing. Fourth printing. Actually, I had it on order. I didn't get it yet, but I do have it on order, Ace. This is my fourth printing of Thanos number 15. It's part of the end of the world, or the end of the universe, the end of everything story arc that introduced the Cosmic Ghost Rider, that had the black Norrin Rad Silver Surfer at the end of time. And I picked up the first 3 or 4 issues. I had very late printings on them because I didn't get into it at the beginning. This one here we have number 13, third printing. Another one, and really hot.
Isn't that considered the first cover appearance of the Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. First cover appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider. Obviously, the character had already appeared in the first printing of this book, but there's not a lot of these. This is a very low print run. This is currently in Key Collector at $60. Now, nothing against the guys at Key Collector. I think they know a lot of stuff. I don't know if I always agree with the pricing that they have on there. So I don't know if I think this true value on this would be about $60. But the 15s they have listed at $1.50.
Yeah,
which just blows my mind. It's what was available when I bought it.
Kind of. Wouldn't Silver Surfer Black number 5 also fall under the? No, that's actually much earlier. But I know that he had to have been fully black on a cover before this. But they were calling him the fallen one. And I don't know comic books anymore. I do not understand the comic book market anymore at all.
Yeah. Well, it comes down to rarity. This Thanos number 15 here. Okay. Now, we're going off of our fine friends over at Key Collector app. Thank you for creating this tool for us. And remember, guys, just like any tool, trust but verify. Always double check, make sure. Nothing against them. They're doing a great job. They're working with some hard stuff here, but they're saying there was less than 5,000 copies ordered by the retailer for that Thanos number 15. So, very rare cover, and that was a new cover. And I think that's another thing that really does it is if they make a variant cover. It's not the exact same cover. So that definitely makes a big difference for us. Yeah, you're getting those too, huh, guys? That makes a big difference for us. You had said it yourself, actually, when you were texting us about, hey, should I get this? It's a fourth printing. And I actually grabbed my Superman 75 fourth printing.
Oh, wow.
So I do.
Fantastic. Send me that exact one. And I was going to get the newsprint one for like a sister edition until I might still do it. But now I'm going to be looking for that third print with the blue Superman and the news. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's my plan. I actually want to get. I want to get the Superman 75. I want to get every version.
Yes.
All four printings, newsstand and direct across the board.
Yeah, looking at eBay for that third print newsstand, you cannot get it for underneath $139.99. There's like 3 people selling it for exactly that much.
It's rare. It's rare, and not only that, but newsstand books, particularly at that time, if it was still in a newsstand. I mean, how many places were actually still newsstands? But if it was a newsstand edition, it wasn't your traditional comic collector. It was much more of an old school comic buyer. Somebody bought it for their kids. Somebody bought it for they just grabbed it to read it and tossed it to the side. Nobody was going home and bagging and boarding their third print newsstand edition that they bought at like the local convenience store that still happened to have a newsstand in 1992.
Let's face it, all of these like later printings from the 90s and early 2000s, anything before about 2010 or so, if it was a second print, it probably ended up in a stack somewhere, which is the only reason why it stayed in such nice condition, because it stayed in a stack and nobody touched it until somebody went, hey, did you see that this second print is now worth $150? Wait, what?
Yeah.
And then it's now no longer in that stack. It's the only reason those things are in such nice shape. They were meant to be fucked up and thrown into a hamster cage as dropping material.
Right. Nobody cared about those later printings. You're absolutely right. Before 2010, nobody cared about any of these multi-printings. They were very much a disposable comic. So, the print runs were lower, and then on top of that, people didn't give a shit. They were trash. So, now to find high-grade copies, it's tough. And that's one thing. It kind of blows my mind that multi-printings are now a collectible thing, but I get it. One of the nice parts about it is, unlike the previous speculator boom, which we all know we're living through the second one now.
We're in the middle of it.
But unlike the first major speculator boom of the 90s, people are actually recognized that scarcity is what should create value, as opposed to first appearances, first issues. First appearances still do, but they're nowhere near as important as the scarcity or the rarity of the book now. That definitely stands out. So, a nice change.
Like I was saying at the beginning, there's 4 indicators. 1, low print. That's going to be the most important thing. The lower the print, the better. It's not going to be the only indicator, but that's going to be the major driving factor. The second is whether or not it has a first cover appearance on it. That'll be another major driving factor. Like today, having that Captain Marvel 21, the variant where it just has L'Oreal in costume. If that would have been on a second print, that would have way outsold the first print. But it came out on a variant, so we won't consider that. Otherwise, an early appearance of a major character that turns out to be on that second print. or just that it's a key book, period. Like in that book of the Silver Surfer that you have there, whether or not that was the first cover appearance of the Fallen One or not doesn't matter, because it was the first appearance of the Fallen One in the book. To put him on the cover on top of that, I mean, it's still technically not the first appearance of the character anymore because it's a later printing, but since it's the first time that character is on the book, it's the first cover appearance.
Right.
So things are changing at a rapid pace, and checking that cover date as a that release date as opposed to cover date, and the print run, because we find out things all the time. Like a couple weeks back when we had Strange X-Blade come out here to tell us about Batman Beyond being out and running around the DC universe long before the Superman Batman Annual #4 came out. And you saw what happened with that second print on that one. It's like $200 if you want it even raw. Again, that one was another one of those. Let's push this forward as this is the first appearance. Wait, there was a second print? What was the print run on that? It was under 3,000. How can you tell if something is under 3,000? If you go back and check Comic Chron, CHRON, you can kind of see that something was in the top 300. If it was not in the top 300, chances are print runs will be underneath 3,000. So when you're seeing this Amazing Fantasy 15 that's now going for about $200 from 2006, first Amadeus show, that was something that as first print, it's lower than any of these first appearances that came out. And print run, that's what we're mostly looking for. And guess what? We have a special guest that's joining us at the very end. We've been looking forward to her for all night. Is it okay to introduce you? It's Lady Fantastic.
Lady Fantastic.
Oh, I gotta dress up. Bless you.
Oh my God, I feel like such an asshole. I was so smug to Rob because I was tired. And I was like, you should take a nap. That's what I'm going to do. And I set my alarm for 8:05 and it comes on at 9. And the next time I wake up, it's 10:28. I see a string of messages and my cat's on me. And I'm like,
you chose right. You chose the kitty. Always choose the cat.
no, I'm so sorry. It's like the one thing that I look forward to in the middle of the week, and I slept through it, and that has been my life this week. I've been so busy. Let me show you my comics.
Ooh, yes, let's blow her up.
Let's see Lady Fantastic's comics.
I got two comics. Two comics today, Miss Kitty. Watch this, Lucy.
Nice.
Okay. Look, I went.
You got one.
Nice.
All right.
Is this the one that you got, Komodo?
No, I got a different cover. Hold on, where's mine? I'll show it to you here. Oh, here we go. I got this one with the glowy eyes. She tried to eat it. She tried to eat the comic.
That's the last thing that my Jocka did to my Maestro #1.
Oh.
Ooh.
And then I was able to get Strange Academy.
Right.
I couldn't get #2. I couldn't find it, and then I finally got it. There was one issue left of the third print. Sorry. You can bring me back to the squares. Oh man, I'm a late variant. That's what you call
Lady,
them.
there's my CM21. She's got them sparkly eyes there.
I like it.
Yeah. There was like 4 covers, I think, weren't there?
There were two. When I got there were 2 copies left, both of which were variants. It was this one and then another one that had like a brownish tan background and it was like comic panels.
I got these. So I got the one you have, which is this one. This one I think is going to be the big one because it has L'Oreal on the cover as accuser.
Right.
And just this, which I just kind of don't get. Nobody dies in this. So what's with the Really? Okay. All right.
Death of the accuser's career. Is that maybe maybe what they're saying there?
Okay, I got it. Death of the Carol Corps as the accusers.
There you go.
I got some print variants.
The Seams. Oh, Obama.
Oh, yeah.
I got the Barack Obama 583. This is the second printing variant.
Nice.
And then I also have the fifth printing variant.
I don't even know where to take that. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Back when America wasn't so fascist.
Not quite as fascist.
Not quite as fascist. There were still some hints, but anyway, sorry. I probably just lost you guys at us like 100 followers.
I just lost 5 followers.
Surprise! We believe in logic.
We're pretty obvious what side of the political spectrum we all land on. So I don't think it's.
That doesn't mean, however, yeah, like my Instagram is pretty much wholly committed to comics. I do not want to get political there because it's not my ground. That's my stomping ground for comics. But then like Facebook, if you're a Facebook friend, you're gonna know how I feel. So that's probably why some people I haven't let, because you'll hate me. You'll literally hate me.
You hate me now.
But the thing is the great thing about America is we should all be able to believe in what we do, and it could be like this far apart, and we can still get along because we're fucking Americans, right? There's so many people that I don't give a shit what their political inclinations are because they love comic books. And whatever it is, there should be so many more ties that bind us than that separates us. I don't know how this turned into a Mr. Rogers speech.
Because I'm wearing a suit here and I should probably put on a sweater.
So sorry, guys. I feel like such an asshole.
You shouldn't feel like an asshole. It's fine.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a quick little story of what happened when I went to the comic book shop today. No names because I would not want to embarrass anybody. Now, this guy's a good kid. We all like him, but he's, young, impressionable, and he doesn't drive, so he takes his bike all the way over there, and it's 98-degree heat, so he carries a thermos with him filled with strawberry soda. Can you imagine where this story is going?
I can only imagine.
Did you
he's
bark?
in the shop, and he unscrews the top a little bit, I guess to let some fizz out, and then he pops the top, and right as he does it, you see a geyser go and spray across. And when this happens, you see it come down on all the books because he doesn't have things like this. There's books all on flat surfaces. Luckily, like 85% of it is covered in a bag, but there's still a couple. And there were some new books. And luckily, the only books that they got on that were kind of damaged was like a Betty Page #2, some previews. But that's why it's kind of important. The second that you get a new comic book, bag and board it, even if you haven't read it yet, because you don't know what could happen.
These two today, I got up the bag and board at the store. And he was like, "Are these bags and boards for that?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm a spaz. Of course they are." And so he bagged and boarded them for me. End of story.
And I'm weird enough where they go, "Do you want a bag and board?" And I'm immediately thinking, I have my own. Why would I? And half the time when most comic shops put them into a bag and a board, it's like a Silver Age. I'm like, this thing's just rattling around in the bag. I'm going to have to do it my own anyway. I'll do it myself.
Well, so they come naked. They have them naked. And it's just like, dude, I don't even trust myself in transit. I want to see these bags be in bags and boards, or I want to see these books be in bags and boards when I leave, because only God knows what can happen between my home and the comic shop. Only God knows.
I'll even put it this way. It's kind of my little joke for why I have what's in the briefcase.
What?
I just have this little joke of what's in the briefcase because I got this to put my camera equipment in. And you can see I obviously don't use it for camera equipment. And you can get these for like $20 or so. When I used to keep them just in a regular bag, you know, like a regular public sort of bag that you get from any supermarket, and I just throw it in there. I put that in my front seat, and it's Miami. I told stories like this before countless times. I hit the brake, and you see whatever's in those first like layer that go right into the front seat, and you just see my face go in slow motion.
You grab them like they're your babies. You're like, no, babies.
Yeah, I try and do that. Then I just crumple whatever is the first book on the top.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. Did Venom just come out this week? And do I need to get another issue number 3? No.
Just flew out the window. Fuck.
Yeah, I fucked up this copy, and that turned out to be a $300 book.
Oh, I want to show you guys though some stuff that I got recently.
Ooh, let's see.
Well, like I've had this issue, okay? I've had this Spider-Man, but what I was able to find recently was number 2.
Ooh.
Y'all.
Ooh.
Y'all.
Who is this man of Spider that you speak of?
This is Morales from Miles Morales. Yeah. So he's this guy.
Does he do everything that a spider can?
He thwips webbing.
Does he thwap?
He doesn't really spin webs. Well, he's got a little web here, a little sack.
Has anybody made a parody of WAP that's thwap? Has that happened yet?
Or fap.
Or thwip?
I think FAP is just regularly called Pornhub.
Yeah. And then this is, one of the really cool issues. But anyways, yeah.
I love how people are buying that just for the cover. No, it's just the cover.
Not for the the political cultural significance of the fact that this is happening everywhere. It's just over the cover. We're not supposed to be thinking, I don't know why I'm showing this. That's a variant.
Yes.
That's a variant.
I never got that.
If you can't afford Ultimate Fallout 4, this variant is for you, the free one.
Is it the Halloween Fest?
It is.
Yeah. No, nice.
That was going for like $30 at one point.
Yeah.
You can still be going for that.
It goes for like 10 or 15, and it's just like, dude, this is the closest to Fallout I'm getting. Ultimate Fallout 4. Like that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he doesn't even put on the Spider-Man costume on that one yet.
Yeah. This one's from Unruly Simeon, and I have it, and I have the very first AOK letter he sent me, and you can't read it. But I know. I'm so lame, but I don't care. This, Mr. Smallwood. Just like, man, probably only days before he sent me this, and I had been needing this so much because I love my Black Panthers. If anybody knows me, I love my Black Panthers. And he sent me this, and then all this terrible stuff happened, and it's just like, I got to go to the grave with this. I got to die with this. So, William Smallwood, man, I'm just never going to forget that. Thank you so much.
Oh. Hold on a second. Twinsies.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
So, wow, I feel like an asshole. I feel like such an asshole.
But you're not.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. I've had times before where I've had glass explode on my feet. And instead I just come on here and then try and bite my lip and try not to look like an asshole. So, yeah, there's things that always happen, but we're okay with it. You're human. We get it. It's fine.
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't mean to be a dick at all. Oh, my God. I don't know if my phone...
What's important is you didn't sleep through your alarm to go to work.
All that matters.
Yeah.
See, look who's here. Better late than never. It's Sharon, Life with Two YouTubers.
Sharon is Karen. Miss Karen. Miss
William
Kitty says,
Evans
I'm
says
Sharon.
it gives him great pleasure that you got it.
Yes. Well, and I'm working on stuff for you too, because I still have your list, and I'm there's a couple of the so at least I have like 4 or 5 at least from your list that I've ticked off. So, man, Mr. Smallwood sent me his list of things that he's looking to finish up, and so we're trying to scratch each other's backs.
Hopefully I did that right and it doesn't make me look like a weird pervert. I mean, I am, but you know.
I mean, that's too late.
Just earlier, Miracleman was telling us that he got like a compendium of the braided butthole comics.
Okay, it wasn't a compendium. They were individual issues. I don't know what type of freak you think I am.
Yeah. It just feels like you have a compendium.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you one. I'm gonna show you the most. I'm gonna show you the most tame one. Okay. This is the most tame one, everybody.
There's no braids going towards any.
Nope. This is not pornographic. Okay. There's a little.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Here it is. And it's Ember.
You can show it.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
All right.
It's just got a wedgie.
It's a serious wedgie.
It's a severe wedgie, but there's no braided butthole going out.
It's a severe wedgie with leather. Like that's leather going in there, folks.
But that could have been like Susan Storm, Malice.
Actually, I got that Malice issue. Did I show that?
Yeah, I remember that last week.
That's right, last week. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually, this is totally unrelated, but let me show this real quick because I got this. My comic shop gave me this today. It came in his collection. He knew I would dig it. So this is the order card for DC's Impact line.
Very cool.
From the 90s, for those of you who don't know, the Impact line was DC. They licensed the Archie superheroes. There's the legendary Shield right there. Then you got Comet, Jaguar, Fly, Web. Right here, this is your card to order the books. You could order whole subscriptions. $10.50.
Man, I remember that.
Remember that?
Miracleman, guess what?
What? What?
Guess what?
Chicken butt?
YouTube is 90.
What's up, Chad?
Hey. So yeah. Anyway. So that was, I thought that was pretty cool to show. That was pretty neat.
YouTube's 90, but he has a little 45 angle baby now.
He's Chad the dad now.
Me and my smoker cough. So we were just talking about the later printings, and I was just rattling off some basic statistics. And do you have anything that you want to contribute?
What do you guys think are some of the hottest variants in terms of print? Because here's the thing. This is what I think. I've been trying to think about this. Is like basically I was a card collector, and what they had as a card collector were chases, and it's such a great concept. It makes you get more and more than you really need, and I feel as if these variants are the same thing, and it's just another facet to collect. And so if there are new things like new prints, it just creates another side niche market for there to be a lot of competition. So what drives this Thor, number 2 second print up so high? Not that it's necessarily a superior book, but that there are fewer of it, and people like things that are fewer. People want diamonds and gold. Well, is there a lot of it? No. They don't want rocks, right?
Well, I mean, I like rocks.
Diamonds are kind of rocks, and it's De Beers that have suppressed the diamond trade to make you think that they're expensive. In reality, it's just Pat Robertson trying to inflate those prices to get those shiny little baubles, when in reality, they're about as plentiful as those. Those
Meanwhile, in
90s
Africa, they're having to eat diamonds
Right.
because they don't have any food. You know, right?
Well, you know, one of the things Ace mentioned this earlier. She asked in the chat, and she said, you know, did the old books, did the OG second printings ever have variant covers? And if you think about it, they really didn't.
Wait. This is what I would say. Instead of having the print variants, they had, like, in the 70s, they had like a round of reprints. They just created Marvel Tales.
They created new books. They created new titles.
Right.
New titles out of
Tales
reprint.
of Asgard or whatever. They included or triple action.
Marvel
Right?
Tales or yeah, whatever. Yeah, they would just do a reprint in a whole new package. And DC did the same thing. I was showing some of those earlier. You know, that DC hold on a second, I'll pull it back out. The 4-star spectacular here. You know, that's all this is. This is reprints.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Same thing with the earth shaking one here. You know, they're just reprints.
It's the same thing with the DC Most Wanted.
Right.
And so, like, the thing is like, okay, so that's what they had then. They didn't have second print variants.
Right.
So,
when they started doing that, the covers really weren't different. Like, I showed a Superman 75 here a few minutes ago, and I don't know where it is now.
They changed the title cover or color.
That was it. They changed the where the heck is that? They changed the here it is.
Yeah.
And they changed. This was white. Now it's green.
Right. Remember in the 90s when oh my God, what was I gonna say? Remember in the 90s where, like, they did the second the Morbius 101, but with the silver background?
Yes.
And like, so they did do second prints, and like the Cable with the gold background, New Mutants 87, like that. And then you saw my Fantastic Four 348 by Arthur Adams that William Smallwood hooked me up with. Bill Smallwood, the second print has a gold background of 348.
The Captain America with the first Nomad appearance.
Yeah,
all they did was like a triangle and change the background. That's all they did.
Right.
Triangle is that second appearance and change the background.
And like with the second appearance with the second print of 361 for Carnage, it's like a silver background.
When they started making new covers, which, you know what, early 2000s, 2004
I would say really with that, when I remember it is with the Josh Whedon or Josh Cassidy or the X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Was that 2000, 2001?
Yeah, it was in the early 2000s, 2004-ish or whatever. And you started seeing, it's the X-Men with the Whedon and Cassidy.
Whedon and Cassidy. Yep. Yeah. I remember that run. And then you're right. You started seeing variant covers on second printings. And there you go.
This was the difference between an old 90s cover, and I'll blow myself up for just a second. So we have the original cover that's mostly fully covered, mostly gray in the background. Then they came out with the second print, and all they did was just turn the black gold or just inverted some color, and that's all they did. So it's not that they have not progressed that much in recent years. At least they have kind of taken a page from the internal artwork and made that into a new cover. I mean, I don't know, maybe if it's too much to ask for them to come up with a new cover or pay another artist, but they just want to make it cheap, quick, easy to put it out so people can afford it.
You probably have this one, don't you? Kirk, do you have this one?
Yeah, you sent me that one.
You got this one?
Yeah, you sent it to me.
I sent you one of these?
I sent you that.
Oh,
no, Steven Spock sent me that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one.
Okay. Well, so second print variant. Speaking of second print variant. So I picked up 2 of these before. So I knew silk was going to get hot before it went up to $18 or whatever. I don't have the first print because I didn't really care that much. But if you read, like there's only 11,000 of these ones that came out. And I was like, oh, I'm going to jump on that. And so I got one, number 1 second print for myself. And then I found number 2 second print for myself.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, it's just cool because, like, you know, if you can find things like this is what people are crapping their pants about. Is like, oh, second print. If you can find like the different Thors in the second prints, and the Miss Marvels, the first like G. Willow Wilson run, Miss Marvels, they're different prints, and like it's really cool trying to get all those different prints, like because they're all different colors. There's like 4 or 5 different prints of number 1 for like the Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel.
I want that cover.
You know, you showed that FF, Rob, so I went and grabbed what I think is probably the best second printing change for the entire FF run. It's issue 371, and the first print is this plain white cover.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
Which is horrendous. And then they went, you know, that was so bad. We did the fire character in all white. Let's do it in all red for the second print.
Let's make it awful.
So, you know, it went from awful to awful. He went from Snowman to, Red Rum.
Snowman to blood. It's like, what the fuck, guys? Come on.
I mean, you know, this is one of those embossed covers, so it's raised. And it's just an absolute shit cover to begin with. But
Tell us how you really feel.
This is how second printings used to be. Just like with that FF that Rob just showed. You'd have, here's your first printing. Hey, we're gonna make a second print. Cool. Do it on a different color background. Bam.
Go into Photoshop and throw on the color red, and then put it onto screen and just send it to print. That sounds kind of lazy. What, do you want more time than that? We can't afford that. We're Marvel in the 90s.
Yeah.
Facts.
We're busy pumping out other shitty things in the millions. Sorry, I can't find my fantastic boa.
I can't find that red I know that I have that red one somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. I pulled it out for a show once, and it wound up in a pile that never went back into its original box.
Oh my god. Also, here's another one. If you can find a second print of, hold on. You guys could get me a second print of this. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With the second print of Ultimates number 2, it has a blue cover or blue. It's a blue title, and for some reason, it's going for more money. Me and my words and I aren't the best right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's past midnight. It's understandable. I never had the best words.
What a word.
I
just have words.
I screwed the pooch so bad.
You slap
Man.
it. There's one second print. It's actually a third print that I'm still looking for. I am not going to pay whatever people want for it on eBay. But one day I'm going to find the right person. It has an Incredible Hulk 377 because that thing has on, as far as 9/8 go, there's only 8 on the census.
Third print?
Third print. Mm-hmm. As far as 9/6s, there's only 45. There's only a print run of about under 3,000. We know this because it never made the Comic Cron's top 300. And good luck trying to find it, especially in higher condition. I just like the book, period. Complete, like in a 5 or a 6. That's my sweet spot for that book at this point now. Kind of like I'm looking for a Captain Marvel 17 second print. Kind of similar. But other things that have much higher printings that are still hard to find. Batman number 608. You usually see that in my upper top hand corner over there, where that thing has a Jim Lee cover that's a different one from issue 608. They came up with a new cover and people didn't get it. It was a Jim Lee cover. And this thing has, let's see here, there are 592 9.8s on the census. So that thing has a lot of them. But for a DC book, on something that was very highly printed for a very public story it was very widely publicized when this thing originally came out. But that second print, no one ordered it. And there's probably less than 2.5 thousand of them floating around there in the wild. And there is Lady Fantastic's 348.
This is what William Smallwood sent me. So that's the second print. First print, second print.
Nice.
Yeah. But yes, I didn't even know that existed. Shit. What am I doing? Why is this? Okay, sorry. Yeah. Anyways.
It's backwards. It's a thing I have to learn, that if I want to point at Kirk, I would have to not point
away from yourself.
I have to
away from Kirk.
It's like piloting. It's like piloting a frickin' airplane. If you want to go left, turn right. If you want to go up, pull down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you get the idea.
I think as far as the lowest of the low prints that you have out there that are floating around, you got a Walking Dead 116. There's only 25 of those in the world because the artist was supposed to do a signing several years back. They sent him a whole bunch of copies, but they sent with a whole bunch of the second prints 25 copies of the third. It wasn't until after a while they realized, oh shit, we didn't mean to do this. We never even released the second print yet. So they send them back. The comic shop Infinity, they changed the name since then. They went, wait, what? There's only 20, and we have them? Yeah, sorry, they're all sold. So now if you can find one of those out there, good luck, because there is only 25 out there and 0 on the census.
Yeah. There's also like 5 different prints of of Thanos 13. I'm just saying. So that's another one. Like
he was just showing right there, Miracleman issue number 13.
Yeah, exactly. I have one too. Mine's the first print, but it's a variant. It's the face variant of Thanos, where it's in the background. It's gray in the background or whatever.
So that's 14 there. But this one was the one that popped value-wise, which really kind of shocked me.
The Black Surfer, yes.
15 there.
Was that 15 or 17?
15, yeah.
Yeah, I have 15, the second print, which is the skull, but that one's by far more attractive.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. I'll say that without a doubt. But I was kind of shocked that it was genuinely a big difference. That's like 100, and I think Key Collector has it at 150 or 160 bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is technically like the first appearance or cover appearance or something of the Black Surfer. Like he actually appears, in one issue, but then you don't see him on the cover until that. But then there's also like the first printing of issue 17. You see him on the cover. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Right. It's all about which one got into the shop first.
Right. The whole thing that you saw with the Venom in the new comic book. Like Venom 25 or 26 or the NCBD. And it's just like, really? Really? You guys want to try and get money?
I don't think I've read it yet. How they're still trying to call this the first appearance of Virus. Oh no, I guess I did read it. But that Free Comic Book Day, they were trying to call that the first appearance of Virus. Dude, that was not put out on Street until months after the actual first appearance.
But
So it
did you
will depend on the actual release date, not what was intended. Like Rob Liefeld trying to put out Mutant X, but he was in a random issue of Spider-Man Deadpool. I think it was number 47. That an artist went, I can use any character I want. I'm going to use that one and stick them about this tiny in the background of a book.
And then he's like, I'll never sign it.
Yeah.
Not signing that one.
No way.
Find me a new one. Find me a new one. I need money. I need some more Levi.
Yeah, while a company can intend for something to be in a first appearance, not always the case.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I mean. In terms of variants, I would really just say that things right now that we're seeing, like in that just are recently coming to light, like the Thor God of Thunder runs, the Kamala Khan runs, those issues, the ones that those are where the print variants are. You're seeing, I think, are making a big difference. But then you're always going to have people, if there's 20 something variants for Thor 1, like you're always going to have things like that. And you're always going to have people ordering these weird, crazy, badass things that you can't normally get. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Half the time it's just going to be, is it a more badass cover than the other one?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're
going
also
back to the Captain Marvel that came out this week. This is just the regular edition. This is like Venom issue 3. There's nobody on the cover. Oh, wait, wrong one. There's nobody on the cover. It's just a casket. It's a variant. There you go.
Yeah, and I also think, man, it's been like recently because of the COVID shit and how everything's gotten disrupted, collectors have like jumped on this. Well, it's not necessarily a great book, but there were only so many issues of this like 1 to 50 chase made, and since like Corona fucked it up, we want it. It's not that Outlaws #1, this variant is like the greatest thing you've ever seen, but people want it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I found an issue about Outlaws.
And if you can couple it with a first cover appearance in a key issue and make it a badass looking cover on top of everything, you got a winner. Because sometimes not all comic covers can be winners. Sometimes you get a great first appearance in a great comic and you get a really terrible looking cover. They can't all be winners.
Yeah. I mean, clearly the Thanos 15, that printing variant that Miracle has, Miracleman, my bad.
Miracle, Mr. Miracle, Miracle Man, whatever the f- your name is.
The jerk next to me.
Hey, at least you didn't call him Alan Moore this. Oh, shit.
Alan, Mr. Bigglesworth. I don't know what I was even going to say, but yeah, that was an example of you want to chase a print variant that there's not as many made of it, and it's beautiful. It's a great example of one print being highly desired over the other. And I'm seeing with the Strange Academy Humberto Ramos covers that's really kind of like, because some of those are so good that people would prefer to have a different cover, because he's doing like first print cover was great, but also like the second print for #1 was a great Humberto Ramos cover, So I don't know. They're going to do a new cover for each one. It changes the incentive. Just like it changes the incentive when there's a given like print number, like everybody's got their own thing.
Well,
it's just like Chase.
Noticing here, we are coming up to almost 12:20 in the morning a.m. And some of us do have work tomorrow, and we've been going almost 2.5 hours. So I want to thank everybody that has been watching from the beginning, anybody that's watched halfway through, or if you just clicked in now, go back and watch from the replay. Thank you for watching tonight, and we do something that we do every single week. We ask one another to go ahead and promote yourself. So You were the last to come in. You are the first to go ahead to promote yourself. Lady Fantastic.
Yo, this is Lady F. So I'll be here every Wednesday night with Rob, hopefully. And on Saturdays, I do the auctions with the Saturday morning comic cartoon crew. Cartoon comic. We're just nerds, basically. We get up on Saturdays. We like Saturday morning cartoons. And it's Tacoma Comics, Adrian APM, Southern Comic Geeks, Shorty, myself, other people that I haven't mentioned that I'm a jerk because I haven't mentioned. But yeah, come see us. It'll be, I think, on Shorty's channel this Saturday. So guys, just take care of yourselves and be good, and make sure you can hear your alarms.
Alarms would be good, although mines are sometimes shitty, which is why I'm one of those weird collectors of alarms. And by that, I mean I have like 6 alarms. All of them are named different things. I'm always creating new ones because I forget old ones. And I have like 20 alarms to go off. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of a deposition and hear, holy shit, what the hell was that? Oh, another goddamn alarm I forgot to defuse. It's like a ticking time bomb. You never know when it's going to go off.
Pretty much.
So, ready to go and promote yourself. Let's see who we should go and do next. Let's start with counterclockwise. Miracleman, promote yourself.
So come on by and say hi. I don't know if you all noticed in the chat about, I guess a little over an hour and 20 minutes ago, there was a douchebag in there. Thank you, Rob, for muting said douchebag. But just to remind everybody, Comicsgate is a hate group made up of has-beens, never-wases, and a whole bunch of people who are toxic, horrible human beings who laugh at people who have cancer and make transphobic jokes. Trans rights matter, Helen Mirren, and screw Comicsgate.
Tip of the week.
That's my tip of the week. That should be one of the rules. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody still in the chat with us. There's a whole bunch of people, and I really appreciate y'all being here and coming by and seeing us. And for all the replay listeners and watchers, thank you so much. Come on by and see me over at Twitter anytime at Komodo1977. We'll talk comics. We'll dunk on Comicsgate because, they're a hate group filled with idiots. And, we might even get to discuss some farms. Farms filled with cowards. Other than that, stop on over to the I Freaking Love Comics channel. Check those guys out. I was on their show recently. They're a great trio of YouTubers. I'll tell you what, man, they're bringing on some fan-friggin-tastic creators. Look, there you go. I had Greg Land. They're picking up some fantastic creators and bringing them in and doing interviews. The Ron Mars interview is fantastic. And that was just for you, Ace. And that's not funny, Ace. And but anyway, stop over and see the I Freaking Love Comics guys. They're really great. They're always in here. They at least start off the show with us. Sub each other up in the chat for sure. Whack Comics, some great episodes from him as well. Stop over and see him. And other than that, you'll see me here again next week. And we can talk. We'll talk more comics then.
That's right. You will find us weekly every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on New Comic Book Wednesday. As long as there are New Comic Wednesdays, shit, there's been a goddamn pandemic, and we still did Wednesday episodes, except for that one time there was no internet. But that was another story. So last but certainly not least, because if you're still watching at damn near 12:30 at night, or on a replay almost 2.5 hours in of an internet vlog, you definitely got some comics on the mind.
Oh, yeah. Everybody should have comics on the mind. Great thing. As Rob said, I am Comics on the Mind, a mind shift, and you can always find me here every Wednesday. Unless otherwise, I hope I'm here every Wednesday. I also do another show on Thursdays. We go back and forth. My channel and Gorilla Todd, aka the Todd Father. We do a show called The Teacher's Lounge every Thursday at 9 p.m. West Coast time. I know it's a little late for East Coast people, but hey, if you're there with us, then you're hanging out and having fun. We talk about everything from comics, teaching, and everything else in between. You don't have to be a teacher hanging out with us. Just come on over. But everybody is a teacher in some way, form, or fashion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can always find me on the IGs or somewhere in your chat.
I just realized, Kirk,
Yes.
you're literally a West Coast Avenger.
I literally am, yes. I literally am.
Cheers to
We
that.
literally have our own West Coast Avenger on the show. Just
And I'm
saying.
down here in Miami. I'm basically Ant-Man. I'm so small. I'm living on the big dick that's pissing on Cuba, Florida. Even if I fuck up, I am
This
a
is
Florida
Florida.
man. Right? Lady Fantastic, if I fuck up, I am a Florida man.
This is a Florida.
That's an insult right there.
Big dick pissing on Cuba. It's unfortunate. But that's
A
what we
good
look like.
insult.
Well, in any case, thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen, replay viewers. We're a comic book YouTube show. We do this every single Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Not Near Mint crew, and we do thank you for watching us week in, week out. Next week should be an interesting episode. Don't know what it's going to look like because we have to pull these together sometimes within about 24 hours of broadcast. Next week, we'll probably have another Kickstarter, another creator. So do tune in for that. And I will be going to Pablo Ordóñez on Friday. I'll probably be there damn near all night long, digging for comic books. Yeah. So I will probably go on to Lady Fantastic's channel over the weekend to show you what I got, because if I show you a big stack here of what I got, it would take all damn episodes. So we'll do that on another.
And what's our theme going to be?
Oh, good question.
Avengers.
I think I can do that.
I'm doing my Avengers. I got a whole long box of Avengers.
I think I'm going to even try and stack up on a whole bunch more of these. Okay, so last time I was there, I was on Black Panther and New Mutants. I'm going to try and finish out some more Black Panther, but we'll see what I got. Oh my God, we got Rufo. Don't forget, rule number 1, everybody. And that rule number 1 is, of course, don't die. Rule number 2 is, of course, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
And number 3, be as good to yourself and others as you are to your comic books. It's a mental health thing. It's a comic thing. It's a human thing, because we're all humans in the end. And the comics help pass our time. It gives us something to look forward to. And all of us, each and every one of us, should have something to look forward to in our lives. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's that cup of coffee in the morning, your family, your loved one, whatever it is. These comics just give you something. Because when you have nothing to look forward to anymore, you're no longer living, you're slowly dying. So again, thank you for coming. Watch us next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. My name's Rob Wurst. You can find me on Twitter at Rob Wurst, and you can find me on Instagram at Not Near Mint. I do daily posts of first appearances, keys, random comics I like, and as you can see, I have a lot of them. So thank you. Good night, everybody. Till next week.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Meow meow.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Rob Wurst, Lady Fantastic, Miracleman, and Comics on the Mind will be back next week. same time, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Not Near Mint.